Hey everyone, welcome back to Photo News and Reviews. Sorry for such a long delay. Today I want to introduce what I have hopes will be a fantastic walking around video camera for making vlogs. So I'm very fortunate that I get to travel a lot for work, and I, as you probably know, make a lot of travel videos just walking around. Now, DSLRs, whilst the image quality is astounding, VC isn't really made to be able to handle walking constant movement. It's meant for, locking a shot, holding it reasonably still, getting the shot and keep going. It's not made for that swishy swashy walking around movement, which I subject all of you to. It starts to look a little bit Blair Witch. So I put myself out there to get a new, basically a little handy cam. My criterias, and everyone's will be different, but mine were, I didn't want to spend a fortune. I wanted to have good full HD video quality and a decent microphone that would reduce wind and that kind of thing. I wanted it to use SD or compact flash cards, so I didn't have to buy a new media. Hopefully as small as possible would be a nice one, because if it's too big it's just going to be annoying and I won't carry it. And a big one, a really big one, was it had to have a fantastic image stabilization, because that's what I've been making everyone suffer with. So after a little bit of research, a really little bit of research, I settled on the Panasonic HC-V520, and it certainly satisfies in the tiny aspect. It is really minute, and it weighs next to nothing. I'm really happy with the form factor of this, and it's got some really interesting little features on it as well. So first of all, opening it up, it does have a good sized little screen there, which is full touchscreen capable, as everything seems to be these days. It also has Wi-Fi and has a bunch of different technology in here, which I'm really surprised something so cheap has. I paid $400 US for this guy, including a memory card and shipping, and I'm pretty impressed with what it offers. They've come so far. What used to be thousands of dollars is now hundreds of dollars. It also has the near field communication, so you can tether it to your smartphone or whatever, and then control it directly from there. Running through its specs, it's got a 28mm wide angle lens on this one, with an 80 times zoom, which is just ridiculous. And importantly for me, it's got 5-axis hybrid OIS stabilization, which is meant to help with blurring when you're panning or just walking around. And it's also got an automatic level, so it can help you correct if your shot is off level. You can enable it to automatically level that for you. It's got their latest imaging engines and all that sort of thing. This one will capture a 10 megapixel still image. I don't imagine that's ever going to be an issue for me, but who knows, maybe if I had this and I was just out doing a walk around and I didn't have, I had just a fixed lens on my camera, then maybe having an 80 times zoom and the 10 megapixel still would be of some use. But we really can't compare this in terms of image quality for stills or video to something like, a high-end DSLR. But, as an overall package, it looks really promising. Other features. The Wi-Fi and the NFC capabilities allow you to stream video straight off this to a Wi-Fi network or to a Wi-Fi device. So you could use it as a home security thing or that kind of thing as well. You can also, of course, do remote shooting with it, and wireless TV playback, which is handy if you have a networked home TV. You can just connect this wirelessly and play your things back rather than having to get out the cables. That's pretty nifty. And if you don't have that anyway, this also is iFi card compatible, so you'll be able to use that one on there. It doesn't have a lot of the features of some of the higher end ones, which you would expect. It's only got a tiny little battery. I don't expect that that's going to have a whole lot of life in it, probably an hour or two if I'm lucky. It's not the 5.1 audio, which the next model up offers. This one's just stereo. But for what I'm looking for, in terms of specs at least, and the form factor, so far I'm really happy with it. It does feel reasonably cheaply made. It's very plasticky. There's a few buttons in particular that I reckon after 6 months or a year of being matte field tested, it may start to come apart. But you'll be the judge of it, I hope. Over at that Nikon Guy's channel, I'm doing more and more travel vlogs. Soon I'll be heading off to Europe. And this will be, I hope, unless for whatever reason it doesn't work out, my go-to camera for walking around, making my silly little observations that I do. And after I've used it for some time, I will come back and do a full review telling you how I find it and comparing the image quality of this to a cheaper DSLR or a high-end one, or an interchangeable lens mirrorless or something like that, just so you can see where it actually falls in that lineup. If you have any feedback, if you own a Handycam, if you want to share your thoughts on the different technologies out there or what suits what market, please fire away. Likewise, if you have any questions or comments. Thanks, and let's get back into this news and review. It's been too long.